Hi everyone, today I'm going to be repotting, uppotting, selecting, preparing to sell some of these cacti I grew from seed. This is one of my trays. These are all New Zealand Pacanoy crosses. They look pretty good. I have a bunch of other ones. Here's one, Trichocereus DNA. Bunch of seedlings. They're looking good. Gotta pick out which ones I think are gonna be keepers so that I can continue growing them, and which ones I'm gonna sell or trade or give away, we'll see. But I will be soaking them in this big bucket of water to break up their roots. It's normal water. I got it from the hose yesterday in a 20-gallon thing. And then I let the chlorine evaporate out, and then I have it for use in my garden because the chlorine can hurt the microbes. These are some Giganthea. I've also got Prue cristata across San Pedro Island. These are my favorite. These actually 5. I was lazy when I repotted them from the cell trays to the 1-gallon pots. I didn't break up the root clusters because I was doing it dry and all the roots were breaking. Even wet, the roots break a lot. These are ones I've done previously and the roots broke quite a bit, but they still look good. I've been keeping them wet. But these ones in the cell trays, the roots get really tied together. That's what I learned. Next time I'm not gonna plant them so close together because it's really difficult to separate them. So some of these, like all these, TBM-A cross Lee, I left separated in their clusters, and they're growing fine, but I just don't like it. They're too packed together in these 1-gallon pots. I'll show you over here. This is where I grow most of my cacti, back here. These ones I've previously repotted and already selected. I have just a few in each pot. This one's dichotomous, but these ones are packed a little too tight. And I want to break up the root balls. But we've got all those, a few more in the cell trays. All of these I want to put in cell trays, possibly. I don't even know, they're getting big too. Those I want to pot up. There's a lot of New Zealand Pacanoys, open pollinated. These guys too, and also those. So I've got a bunch. These are some of my oldest from seed. They're doing really good. I like New Zealand Pacanoys. Nice and fat and chunky. Chunky monkey, look at that one. Scopular cross Pacanoy, I bet. A bunch of Scopin packing. Wyora. Just like a Peru, I think. Let's see. Hopefully I'm in frame well enough. But first I'll actually tell you what I do. So I soak them in here to get the roots broken up. Then I fill some dirt in these 1-gallon pots. It's mostly just happy frog mixed with some worm castings. Then I put a little bit of rooting hormone on the roots, and a little bit of this granular shake and feed in the hole that I put them in, because I know the roots are going to get torn up. These ones probably not as bad, so I might skip the rooting hormone. But these ones definitely all need some for the individual plants that I keep. So they need some help growing those roots. So I'm gonna put them in their pots and then they'll be good. I'm not planting them very deep. I'm only gonna fill the pots up about halfway up with soil. These are 1 gallon. That way as they grow, I can fill in more soil over time and they'll grow more roots. Let's get started. little too much, I think. And of course, I've got no plant labels, so I don't forget what these bad boys are. So I'll show you one as an example. Let's start with Slimer Cross Guru. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I'll keep 2, maybe. Slimer Guru. Or I put a little plastic label. So I pluck it out of its pot. See all the roots? When there are multiple plants in a cell tray, the roots get all tangled and they have a hard time coming apart, but the water helps quite a bit. So I just kind of splash around some water. See, it's already starting to break up a little bit. Starting to get in there. But really, what you do is just toss them on the water because the roots love to soak anyway. And this will help. Even while I'm breaking up one, the others will be soaking away, getting softer. These are Mormon cacti, actually. Okay, so that's all of the first variety. Slimer Cross Guru. Boom. Getting spines all in me. You know how it is. But we persevere. Depending on how big the plant is, it'll sink when it has the dirt on the roots and then float once you take the roots off, the dirt off. Look at how good these guys are. Well, I guess you can't really see how good they are, but. My goodness. I've been so sneezy and allergy these past like week and a half. But so that's probably nearly good. Right there. What you want to do is get most of the old soil off so that the new soil can touch the roots and that the roots are encouraged to grow down and keep looking nice. So I'm just going to do that to all of them, and I will see you guys later for the next step, which is putting the one I selected in a pot. But I'm also going to show you some of the things I keep my eye out for and what I'm hoping to get out of these crosses. Let's see if I can go through all of them for you, at least a little bit. Might be a long video. Only for my most loyal fans, of course. Those who can withstand the mowers and blowers and machinery in the background. But there's something I've been enjoying since graduating from college. It's just the time to be idle and do something like repotting these plants. I'm going to do the rest of this, of course, alone, and it's probably going to take a few hours. So I'm just going to be alone, sitting with my thoughts, not like stimulating myself with YouTube. And this will allow my brain to get some of that subconscious kind of processing of events and emotions and the day and plans and the future and all sorts of things that I don't even think of. Because when you think about it, when a random thought pops in your head, or when any thought pops in your head, where does it come from? So, I mean, like, I have no clue. It comes from somewhere in my subconscious, I guess. It just rises to the top. But there's probably a lot of stuff that's trying to rise. So why don't I let it have a chance to, while I'm chilling out, let my brain do some thinking. and it's peaceful. I get to really observe the plants and look at them instead of being distracted. Look at this one. This one's gorgeous. Look how big it is. All of these are so nice. But it's just things I've been thinking on. Since graduating, I've had a lot more time to really slow down before I start looking for a job. But I want to try to carry these things with me. Let this be a learning experience. And I've definitely learned a lot from these plants. Okay. These are looking pretty good. Got my label right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull them out of the water. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I just saw the camera angle. Maybe you could see that pretty well. That's nice. Okay. So what I'm really looking for in these is good growth. I want these to be like smooth and spineless almost. Wow, look at that one. So I want to have it be a fair comparison, so let me actually set them on this foot mat. See, that one's really nice. So I'm getting a bunch of spines in my fingers. But Slimer X Guru. So Slimer is a Scopulicola, Guru is Pachynoy. Don't know what either of them look like, but I know what I like. So looking at these guys, of course I want to get the biggest grower. That one also looks really nice too. I don't think it's quite as smooth looking as this one, I'd say. This one is my favorite though. This one looks a little more Scopulicola-ish. So I think I'll go here and here. So we have a Scop dominant, maybe pack dominant of Slimer Cross Guru, and I'll sell the remaining 3. I think what I'm gonna do is a combo pack. So I'm gonna get Slimer Cross Guru, you get one of those, get a few Giganthea, get a few Knuth Cross Bitter King, get a few SPI Scops, get a few Bitter King Cross Pack Grizzlies. These ones are crazy. Very low germination rate, high mutation rate. One of each of these, some of each of these. So that way you can get your garden going with some really cool genetic seed grown, way better than clones. These ones are actually your own. Watch them grow and develop. As much as I love me some clones, of course, but I'm gonna plant those. So now I'll show you what I do. Just struggle with this bag. Let's do a bucket change too. Hormones and my fertilizer. Oh, it's cool, you can see through the table. Now watch me struggle. They do these real tight, which is nice, so then I know I'm getting a 20 count. Unless someone really goes through the effort to rip one out, in that case, good for them. But it makes it so these are so damn hard to Sometimes maybe I'm clutching. Oh my gosh, too easy. I need a challenge right now. So these are 1 gallon fabric pots. I love them. Fabric pots are the only thing I plant in now because they breathe. They're so nice. I love it. So pretty much, these ones will get more dirt because they're big. Fill her on up. How much am I thinking? It's probably good. Stop burying the bigger one. Maybe, you know what? I just gotta fill it all the way up because these are nicely plugged actually. The roots look pretty good. So I'm filling it most of the way up because the soil will settle too. Got a carve flat spot down here. And then I'll just dig a little hole for them. Like that. To plant with the roots down, go straight inside, and then you shake the pot and the soil settles around it. Planting it a little deeper than its roots, so that way it has a thicker base. It'll send more roots up its length at the base. These are so cool like that. See if that angle's okay. Not bad. This one's gonna go a little bit more in the center because he's bigger. He's not gonna get rooting hormone, but he will get a little bit of shake and feed because this stuff's pretty good. I bought it when I was at Home Depot because it has calcium in it, among other things. And the cacti really love calcium because they grow all beefy and nice. So give the cactus what it wants. So I just pour a little bit out in the cap and I sprinkle it in as needed. In the bottom of the hole, so I just do like a couple granules mixed in, so then it has something to reach for. And we're gonna go like this on the inner side and shake it in. Simple as. And this guy, put right next to him. A little bit more on the edge though, but just the same. A little sprinkle. I'm gonna dig this one a little deeper. There we go. And that right there is Slimer Cross Guru, grown from seed, that I will now grow into a big, beautiful, amazing, lovely plant that I will grow potentially for the rest of my life. That's what I love about these plants. You plant the seed, the size of a poppy seed, and then you grow them up to the size of a tree over your life. So we'll see what I can do. These are Slimer. Oh, I messed up the label a little bit. Slimer Cross Guru, got 3 to sell. Boom. And look at these guys. Beautiful. They'll settle into the pot nicely. I'm gonna go put them over along the fence. It actually does a pretty good job shading the seedlings, so I put them along the fence. So I'm gonna do just that same thing for every single one of these varieties over here. So I'll update you as I go.